We want to take a live look over the Capitol this midday. There is some cautious optimism in Washington today after the Senate Majority Leader said that talks between Republicans and Democrats have ramped up, likely due to mounting pressure around funding for SNAP benefits. However, no vote is scheduled for today on a spending bill. Here in Atlanta, however, taking new steps to prevent a food crisis as the federal government shutdown continues. The Atlanta Community Food Bank is launching a crisis response plan to help families who could lose SNAP benefits next week. Ariana Manise has been live on this all morning, joining us now. So Ariana, how is the Atlanta Community Food Bank working to fill this gap for families who could be impacted here?
The food bank says it's seeing record demand, up nearly 70% from just a few years ago, and now with more than 750,000 people in Metro Atlanta and 1.4 million people across the entire state at risk of losing SNAP benefits come next week. They're taking steps to keep food on the table. The Atlanta Community Food Bank is launching a crisis response plan by pulling $5 million from reserves to buy 6 million pounds of food over the next month. That will boost distribution by 85%, helping 700 partner agencies feed more than 750,000 people all across the area and including North Georgia. Now, as food banks are scrambling to fill this gap, state advocates say the governor can also help. They're urging Governor Brian Kemp to use part of the state's $14 billion surplus to support food banks and prevent a humanitarian crisis. During a press call that just wrapped up, advocates say the impact is growing fast, especially for families with young children and people with disabilities.
This is the moment where he and his leadership can step up to the plate, where we need our elected officials to step up to the plate. It is unacceptable for people to go without food in the month of November when we have so much money to spend and we're doing nothing with it.
Many of their families are working, that they might be working hourly, minimum wage jobs, but they're working hard. They're making hard decisions about how to feed their kids, how to pay rent, how to pay for health care. And this federal shutdown is causing undue stress.
Now, in response to these calls for the governor to step in, Kemp's office says there's no mechanism for the state to load funds onto EBT cards, but echoing that call for Democrats in Washington to reopen the federal government. Back to you.
Ariana, thank you so much for bringing that to us. And for anyone who is watching here who relies on SNAP, or you know people who rely on SNAP, text the word resources to 404-885-7600. We will send you a link directly to your phone for a list of available help out there as we all kind of navigate what is happening with this government shutdown.